My Strange Experience with an App Called Life is Beta, Part 2, by Hayong. Right when I woke up this morning, I checked my phone to make sure there wasn't any new experiences. When I saw the blank screen, I felt a bit of relief. I got ready for work and decided to skip out on breakfast today. Got on the same subway I did every day and checked my phone during the whole entire ride. When I reached my stop, I got off and walked 300 meters to work. I didn't get a single notification until I was in the middle of my lunch. I was in my favorite sandwich shop halfway through my roast beef sandwich when I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. With a sigh mixed with anticipation and fear, I checked my phone and saw that I have a new experience. I clicked on the notification and found my character floating around like he always does, but for some reason his face looked like it was melting off. I tried tapping on the character, but it just stayed in the same screen. My character started to grab at his face, trying to keep it in place, but after a couple seconds he gave up and let his face slide onto the floor. After a couple seconds, the face disappeared from the ground and my character looked back up at me as if nothing happened. I felt weary, but I tapped on my character again. The whole screen became deep red, and after a couple seconds it flashed to a family of 3 enjoying a meal by a campfire in front of a house. They kept pulling out bits of meat from the pot, and it seemed to be enjoying every single bite. The boy was dancing around the pot while he bit a piece of meat from a large-sized bone. After 5 minutes of watching them eat, a man pulled up in their driveway. He was wearing a white and red shirt with a small cookie logo on top of the right of the shirt. He sat with them and ate a couple of pieces before going into the house first. The boy walked behind the man and picked up a bloody foot off the ground. He kicked it as hard as he could and started to laugh. He grabbed a hand, and after that he walked around and acted like he was holding it while the man and the woman started to laugh along with him. The scene started to speed past the family going back in, and finally started going back to normal speed as soon as the sun rose the next morning. The door swung open and I saw the man in the cookie shirt step outside while lugging 2 large bags. The boy ran behind him and started to punch his back, but the man pushed him down to the ground. The scene went black for a second and then showed me the man parked in front of the cookie store. He got the large 2 bags out and took them inside. Around 2 minutes later he came back out, locked the front door and started driving away. My phone jumped back to the home screen, and after that I put the phone back in my pocket while I tried to make sense of what I just watched. I know that the 2 bags contained the man and the woman. The young boy is now at his house alone, but I did not really feel bad for him after watching him play with dismembered body parts. In the middle of my thoughts, my phone started buzzing again. The notification from the app simply said countdown. I opened the app and saw the number 32 filled my screen. I knew automatically that I had to leave, but I felt a light tap on my shoulders. I looked behind me and saw a familiar face and shirt. A red and white shirt with a cookie on the top and the right side, and smiling, displaying bright yellow teeth. He leaned over to me and pressed his lips right on my ears as he whispered, "Do I know you from somewhere?" I jerked my body back and tried to rush out, but he grabbed onto my arm and tried to pull me back. With desperation kicking in, I used my other hand to jab the man in the eye. He yelped in pain and his grip softened around my arm. Seizing the opportunity, I kicked him in the knee and managed to leave the store as the timer hit 3 seconds. I walked to the side of the building and peeked around the counter. I already started hearing screams coming from the store when the timer hit 0. Within seconds, I saw people rushing out of the store. They all seemed fine except a couple of people who had deep gashes in various places. One man was running out with a deep wound on his chest, and he got in the middle of the parking lot before falling to the ground. The door opened the final time, and Yellow Tooth came out with a butcher knife in one hand, and on the other hand he was dragging the man face down. Once he got up to his car, he flipped the man over and started to stuff him in the back seat. I wish I could wipe the image of the man's face from my head, but I know I will never forget. The skin on his face was gone, and the flesh of his face had been ripped in various places after being dragged to the asphalt. I knew I was still at risk of being seen by the man, so I ran back to my company. I didn't stop running until I got to my desk, and I took my phone out from my pants pocket and placed it on the desk. I know this app is helping me, I just want the notifications to stop. Knowing that I was in no condition to work, so I sent in an email to an assistant manager that I'll have to take the rest of the day off. I knew it would take around 20 minutes for my assistant manager to reply back to my answer, so I grabbed my phone and went to the restroom. I was sending my wife a text while I sat on the toilet, but a notification popped up and I automatically clicked it. This time, the app didn't go to the screen with my floating character. It went automatically to an actual video of my wife and my kids sitting on the bathroom floor. It looked like it was taken from outside of the bathroom window. The window started to go white from the person's deep breath, but my wife and kid were oblivious to it. There was a time on the bottom right of the screen, 13:35 p.m. The camera shifted down and I saw khaki pants and gray shoes and the video cut off. The screen went white and came to a countdown with "Get him now" on the screen. I walked in the office and grabbed a letter opener from my desk. I knew exactly who it was. His name is Brad and he has been fucking my wife since the Christmas party last year. When I got up to him, I saw a picture of my wife's Facebook profile picture on his screen. That's what confirmed all my suspicions. I jabbed the letter opener into his neck 6 times before anyone could react. I ran out of the door and continued to run 300 meters to the subway station. I didn't go back home. I knew the police were looking for me. I received over 20 calls and 45 texts from my wife, but I am not going to check them. The only thing I checked was the last notification I received today. Gotcha. Time to figure this shit out.